Since biogas is widely recognized as non-polluting and renewable source of energy, so today I am Anandita Kaushal and I am presenting the topic Fundamentals and Biochemistry of Biogas. So let's get started. So this is the table of contents, and in this presentation I'm gonna cover some facts of biomass, then what is biogas, then is the fundamentals of biogas, then how is biogas produced, then is the role of microbes in production of biogas and the functioning of biogas plant, then is how biogas can be collected after production. Then is the model showing biogas production and then procedure of biogas production. Then what is the biochemistry of biogas production and the uses of biogas. Okay, so this is some facts of biomass. So biomass, it is an organic material made from plants and animals. Biomass contains stored energy from the sun. Biomass can be converted to other forms of energy like methane gas. Methane gas also called as biogas or the landfill gas. So next is the biofuels that can be made from biomass. These are biogas, bioethanol, biobutanol, biodiesel. Okay, so then is what is biogas? Biogas, it is a mixture of gases produced by breakdown of organic matter in the absence of oxygen. Biogas contains 55 to 65% methane, 30 to 40% carbon dioxide and rest being impurities, some nitrogen, hydrogen and H2S. Biogas is a type of biofuel. It is naturally produced from raw materials such as agricultural waste, manure, municipal waste, plant material, green waste and food waste. Biogas can be collected from marshes, from landfill or wastes. Biogas is popularly known as gobar gas. It can be generated intentionally through anaerobic composting, and on refining, it can be used to power vehicles directly. Next is the fundamentals of biogas. Biogas is produced from the decomposition of animal, plant and human waste. Biogas has a calorific value between 5000 to 5500 kilocalorie per kg, or it is 20 megajoules per meter cube, and burns with 60% efficiency in a conventional biogas stove. Biogas has a dew point of less than minus 80 degrees Celsius. Biogas is a colorless and odorless gas that burns with clear blue flame similar to that of LPG gas. An ignition temperature in the range of 650 degrees Celsius to 750 degrees Celsius is required for the biogas. Biogas is produced using algae, crop residues, agro waste, garbage kitchen waste, paper waste, human waste, wastes from sugarcane refinery. And next is, how is biogas produced? Animal plant waste, they can be used to produce biogas. Animal and plant wastes are processed in anaerobic digesters as a liquid or as a slurry mixed with water. Anaerobic digesters are generally composed of a feedstock source holder, a digestion tank, a biogas recovery unit, and heat exchangers to maintain the temperature necessary for bacterial digestion. Small-scale household digesters containing as little as 757 liters, that is 200 gallons, can be used to provide cooking fuel or electric lighting in rural homes. Then large-scale farm digesters, they store liquid or slurried manure from farm animals. The primary types of farm digesters, they are covered lagoon digesters, complete mixed digesters for slurry manure, plug flow digesters for dairy manure, and dry digesters for slurry manure and crop residues. Heat is usually required in digesters to maintain a constant temperature of about 35 degrees Celsius, that is 95 degree Fahrenheit, for bacteria to decompose the organic material into gas. An efficient digester may produce 200 to 400 cubic meters, that is 7,000 to 14,000 cubic feet of biogas containing 50 to 75% methane per dry ton of input waste. And next is role of microbes in production of biogas and the functioning of biogas plants. So this is a video. Let's see.
Microbes in production of biogas. Biogas is a mixture of gases containing predominantly methane. produced by the microbial activity and which may be used as fuel. Cow dung is the main source for the biogas, as the bacteria in dung has more potential than others. Methanobacterium. These are the bacteria found in the rumen, a part of stomach of cattle. The rumen is the most significant part of the cow's digestive system, as the methanobacterium makes it different from other animals. We use cattle excreta in the biogas formation due to presence of methanobacterium. The methanobacterium produces methane gas, which is highly inflammable. In rural areas, we can see the biogas plants. This bacteria also converts the biowaste into useful manure. Biogas plant. The biogas plant is a brick and cement structure having the following 5 sections. Number 1. Mixing tank. Number 2. Inlet chamber. Number 3. Digester. Number 4. Outlet chamber. Number 5. Overflow tank. Working. Number 1. The various forms of biomass are mixed with an equal quantity of water in the mixing tank. This forms the slurry. Number 2. The slurry is fed into the digester through the inlet chamber. Number 3. When the digester is partially filled with the slurry, the introduction of slurry is stopped and the plant is left unused for about 2 months. Number 4. During these 2 months, anaerobic bacteria present in the slurry decompose or ferment the biomass in the presence of water. Number 5. As a result of anaerobic fermentation, biogas is formed, which starts collecting in the dome of the digester. Number 6. As more and more biogas starts collecting, the pressure exerted by the biogas forces the spent slurry into the outlet chamber. Number 7. From the outlet chamber, the spent slurry overflows into the overflow tank. Number 8. The spent slurry is manually removed from the overflow tank and used as manure for plants. Number 9. The gas valve connected to a system of pipelines is opened when a supply of biogas is required.
Then is how biogas can be collected after production. The natural decomposition of organic matter in a landfill occurs over many years, and the biogas produced, also known as landfill gas. It can be collected from a series of interconnected pipes located at various steps across the landfill. Composition changes over the lifespan of the landfill, and generally, after 1 year, the gas is composed of about 60% methane and 40% carbon dioxide. Landfill collection varies according to the percentage of organic waste and the age of the facility. The average energy potential being about 2 gigajoules per ton of waste. So then is the model showing biogas production. The biogas plant receives all kinds of organic waste, typically livestock manure and organic industrial waste. The manure and waste are mixed in the plant's receiving tank. So you can see this is the receiving tank before being heated to 38 to 52 degrees Celsius and pumped into the digester in which the biogas is produced. The biomass stays in the digester for 2 to 3 weeks, and the fermented slurry can be subsequently used as crop fertilizer. So this is the digester and temperature is 38 degree to 50 degrees Celsius. This fertilizer has improved qualities such as less odor, inconveniences when spreading the slurry, and significant reduction of greenhouse gases. Typically, the biogas is utilized to produce electricity and district heat. So you can see that after storage tank it goes to gas cleaning, and then biogas it can be utilized to produce electricity and the district heat in the plant's gas engine CHP unit. So this is the CHP unit, and then electricity it is sent into the power grid. So this is the power grid, and the heat can be used by local consumers. Okay, so next is procedure of biogas production. So firstly, in this waste collection takes place, then pre-treatment takes place, then is mixing tank, and then waste feeding into anaerobic tanks, then anaerobic digestion. So here two processes take place, biogas production and sludge production, and then biogas utilization and sludge utilization takes place. Okay, so next is the biochemistry of biogas. So what is biogas? It is a mixture of carbon dioxide and methane. Then there are some reactions. Glucose, it gives methane plus carbon dioxide. Then methane plus oxygen gives you carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Only methane is suitable. Biogas should contain at least 50% of methane. Then biogas, it is produced of organic products using anaerobic conditions and several microorganisms. Then is from what is biogas produced in nature. So in nature, biogas is produced from wetlands, from rice fields, from intestines of animals and from manures. Okay, so next is biochemistry of biogas production, and in this anaerobic digestion takes place, and here are four steps which are involved in anaerobic digestion. So first is hydrolysis, second is acidogenesis, third is acetogenesis, and the fourth step is methanogenesis. Then archaea, they are constructed like prokaryotes, but they are in bacteria and they are anaerobic and they occur in extreme conditions. Okay, so next is methanic archaea. They occur in swamps, sludge facilities, animal digestive organs, and then comes the first step, that is hydrolysis. Hydrolysis, it is the first process in anaerobic digestion of biogas. Then macromolecules, carbohydrates, fat, proteins, they are decomposed by enzymes which are hydrolysis. It involves transformation of insoluble organic materials and higher molecular mass compounds like proteins, fats into soluble organic compounds, that is monosaccharides, amino acids and other simple compounds. This stage is very important because large organic molecules are too large to be directly absorbed by the microorganisms as food source. It is generally considered polymer breaking stage. In this process, extracellular enzymes cut larger molecules into smaller pieces that can be used as source of food and energy by microorganisms. The heterogeneous acid, it yields a very useful fermentable monosaccharide, that is glucose, and reaction associated with this step is cellulose plus water gives you glucose plus hydrogen, and this reaction involves the breaking of beta 1,4 glycosidic linkages, which is an essential step for cellulose conversion because it opens the possibility of catalytic transformation. Some of the products formed from the hydrolysis state like hydrogen and CH3CO negative, they can be directly used by methanogens, while others consisting of relatively larger molecules, they are converted to smaller molecules such as acetic acid, CH3COH and hydrogen. They are produced in the hydrolysis stage and both are used by fermentive microorganisms in the next stage where higher chain organic compounds such as volatile fatty acids, they are formed. The transformation of cellulose and hemicellulose, it generally takes place slower than that of decomposition of proteins. So next is second step, that is acidogenesis, and here conversion of small organic molecules to carbonic acids takes place with the help of acidogenic bacteria. The products of the hydrolysis, they are fermented to volatile fatty acids and alcohols. In this process, the products obtained by hydrolytic phase is taken up by anaerobic bacteria and degraded into short chain organic acids. They metabolize amino acids and sugars to the intermediate products such as acetate, hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Then important acid in this stage is acetic acid, and it is most significant organic acid such as and is used as a substrate by methane forming microorganisms. So the reactions involved are glucose will give you ethanol plus carbon dioxide, then glucose plus hydrogen gives you propanoic acid plus water, then glucose it gives acetic acid. So this acidogenic stage, it includes many different fermentive genera and species. The facultative members of this group also help protect the oxygen sensitive methanogens by consuming traces of oxygen that may enter in the feed. Okay, so next step is that is the third step, and that is your acetogenesis. So here conversion to acetate and carbon dioxide takes place. from carbonic acids, and with the help of acidogenic bacteria, hydrogen and carbon dioxide and then acetate and CH3CO negative are formed. In this stage, the volatile fatty acids having more than 2 carbon atoms from acidogenesis stage are converted into acetic acid, hydrogen and carbon dioxide with the help of acetogens. The acetate serves as a substrate for methane forming bacteria and the acidogenic bacteria which grows in a relationship with methane forming bacteria. And in this stage, higher fatty acids or alcohol convert to hydrogen and acetate. Then the reactions which take place are CH3CH2CO negative plus water gives you acetate ion plus hydrogen and plus HCO3 negative. Then glucose plus water gives acetic acid plus carbon dioxide plus hydrogen, and then ethanol plus water gives you acetate ion plus hydrogen plus H positive, and these are two-way reactions in which hydrogen are released. The hydrogen released in this process exhibits toxic effect on the microorganisms that carry out the process of acetogenesis, and bacteria involved is Clostridium and Synthrophormans wolffi. Okay, so then is the fourth step, which is methanogenesis. So the fourth step of anaerobic digestion, that is methanogenesis, and here final conversion to methane takes place. In methanogenic phase, the production of methane and carbon dioxide from intermediate products is carried out by methanogenic bacteria under strict anaerobic conditions. Methanogenesis is a critical step in the entire anaerobic digestion process because it is the slowest biochemical reaction of the process. And the reactions involved are acetic acid gives methane plus carbon dioxide, then carbon dioxide plus hydrogen gives methane plus water, and then ethanol plus carbon dioxide gives acetic acid plus methane. So in this, final conversion to methane takes place, and then these are the reactions involved: methane made of formate ion, then methane made of acetate, then methane is made from the alcohols like methanol. Okay, so next is the summary of the steps involved. So firstly, complex organic molecules, carbohydrates, protein, fats, they get converted to soluble organic molecules, sugars, amino acids, fatty acids, then carbonic acids, formic acid, propanoic, butyric, valeric acid plus alcohol, they get converted to acetate plus alcohol and hydrogen and carbon dioxide, and then they get converted to methane plus carbon dioxide and methane plus water, and ultimately biogas is produced. So these were the summary of the steps of the anaerobic digestion. So then is uses of biogas. Biogas provides a non-polluting and renewable source of energy. It is efficient way of energy conversion. It saves fuel wood. Technology is cheaper, simpler than other biofuels, and biogas is ideal for small scale application. Biogas is used for simultaneous heating, cooling, power generation. Then biogas plants, they reduce greenhouse effects, lower methane emissions. Biogas is used as a fuel. Then biogas produces rich organic manure and it can replace chemical fertilizers. And furthermore, biogas, it has a lot to use in rural areas. It is better and cheaper fuel for cooking, lighting and power generation. Then it is produces good, effective, enriched manure to improve soil fertility. Then as biogas, we know it is smokeless, so smokeless domestic fuel, so it reduces the incidence of eye and lung diseases. Then it generates social benefits, reducing burden on forests, reduction in drudgery of women and children. It is effective and convenient way for the sanitary disposal of human excreta, improving the hygienic conditions. So then is the use of biogas. So you can see biogas, it can be used for power generation and heat supply system. So these are the sources from where I have taken the information. So thank you very much. Thank you.